Hi guys, what's up? I know I'll be really quick because I know you guys don't want to listen to my hideous ass voice. Anyways, I interviewed it was technically for a school assignment, but I figured why not? I already interviewed Harper, so. Anyways, I interviewed Caleb. He's kind of a partner with like Harper in a way. They work on projects together, so I thought why not? So enjoy this interview and do me a favor and subscribe. All right, bye.
Hi, and welcome to Central Campus Camera. And we're sitting here with a second-year student, Caleb Warwick. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So, what work have you done for this class and like festivals and all that?
Yeah, so last year I did a PSA. It was called Be a Hero, Don't Smoke. It was kind of a little animated thing. It was really short, but it ended up winning a Crystal Pillar. And this year I have done a project called I called it Real Talk, and it is a movie review where it's me and then two other versions of myself with mustaches.
Oh.
And that was a whole lot of fun, and that one also won a Crystal Pillar.
What was the movie?
The movie was The Incredibles. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Was it your first year or like, because this is your second year? So.
Yeah.
And why The Incredibles?
I think it's a movie that's really underrated in terms of like among adults. Like I feel like it's often those animated movies are often perceived
For like
as,
kids and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
But
yeah.
it can be for, even though the Fantastic Four is basically just a copy of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you made in 2025? You made a project like I believe you and Harper made something together. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. Yeah. Me and Harper are kind of taking the lead on this Be Central series, we call it. The Des Moines motto is "Come here, become here." So we kind of took that and we applied it to our school, and we've been doing different videos for all the programs.
What are you kind of like wanting to do with it?
We're wanting to get one video per. I don't remember if it's program or like one area per academy, because they call them different academies. So like we're part of the I believe entertainment or something like that, and then there's like human resources, transportation, different things like that.
And you said it's for like all of them, or like what is it like? I couldn't remember what you said. I apologize.
No, that's all right. It's like we're doing one for each kind of program. So there'll be 8 videos when we're done, and they're kind of like grouped together in chunks.
I remember it was like mentioned maybe a month ago, but like how far are you into it? Or like when do you think it's gonna be like out? You know?
Yeah, we've gotten a few of the videos done. It's been really difficult because people aren't exactly cooperative.
Yeah.
But kind of getting everybody to work together, and it's hard when there's different programs and they're all doing different stuff. But we're hoping that it'll be done sometime in the next few months here, hopefully.
Is it just for school, or like is it a personal project?
It is for school, yeah.
Okay.
Are there any projects this year that you're most proud of that you've done?
I did a music video called Some Kind of Wonderful with a C5 with one of my friends has a C5 Corvette, so I got to do kind of a music video type thing for that. I had a lot of fun, and then obviously my Real Talk is probably my project I'm most proud of.
What was the song, if you don't mind me asking?
The song was Some Kind of Wonderful. It's like
that's the
yes,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't know if that was like just the title you put for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not important, but like why did you choose that song?
Yeah. Well, originally I actually had a different song picked out, but as I was like editing, I was like, this does not fit the footage I got at all. So I ended up kind of surfing for a little bit, and I found a song that I really liked, and I put it in there.
But like, what inspired you to do it?
I would say it's partially because of the Be Central stuff. There's so much going on that I was like, I don't know if I have time for this final project to like write a script and everything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if I don't want people in it, what if there's something cool? And I was like, oh, my friend he has a really nice car.
Yeah.
That would be fun. And I was like, oh, I could just put some music on that. And
Were there any alternative like ideas that like, because like I'm currently working on one myself, and like, but I've had like 5 different ideas like, oh, this could be cool, but I don't have the budget, like, so like, what did you have any alternative ideas?
Yeah, a lot of my failed ideas were during the filming, actually. It was really difficult to get some like moving shots of the car. We ended up having I had my dad drive around in our Jeep, and we propped the trunk open, and we filmed out the back and followed him around this parking lot.
So like a POV kind of.
Yes, yeah.
you and Harper kind of like, as we discussed, you guys like work together at least for a few. Like, what how does that dynamic work?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm kind of the editor, so I'll be editing and she'll be sitting there and kind of I get a lot of feedback, so definitely helps. But during the actual filming process, we kind of take turns, and we each, if we have a shot, you just make sure you're always commentating for the other person, I guess.
So she's the director and like producer and all that, and then you just take the editing side of it.
Kind of, yeah. It's a little bit of like she's mostly does the filming, and then I kind of help, and then I mostly do the editing, and she kind of helps with that. So it's a little bit of both, in both areas.
When working with others, like what roles do you like take on with your throughout your projects and all that?
Yeah, I am the editor usually.
You're the editor.
Yeah, not a lot of people like editing, and I pretty much I kind of enjoy it. I'm a little bit sporadic, kind of like get a little bit crazy with it, but
might be weird, but I think editing is kind of therapeutic in a way.
I 100% agree with you. That is,
like it can get stressful, but it's still like at the end of the day, if you actually like what you're doing, it's pretty chill,
And and it's really satisfying, like when you're done seeing it all, work together. Yeah.
I know we discussed you do minute, but like, did you do that kind of thing for like the Central Campus project, or like or you do both, like?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I definitely applied that to the B Central stuff. A lot of the stuff that I really like to do is different. The kind of the color grading and stuff, and like the blurs and the masks and different things. I just feel like making the footage look really good. It's really not that hard, and if you can do it, it's really awesome.
Your projects are less narratively focused on what and they've been incredibly successful, and you winning your Crystal Pillar for Interview. What's the production process for these less narrative projects? Yeah,
so I would say one of the reasons I'm really drawn to film is because it's so multifaceted. You've got the writers, the editors, the directors, the cinematographers, the editors. I think I already said the editors, but there's just a lot of different areas, and I think one of the things that's really fun is trying to find the narrative in those other areas that aren't exclusively the writing, aren't exclusively the the character building. And so, I mentioned I really like editing. I try to kind of create a narrative through that, and I think that's one of the most powerful ways to do it is visually create a narrative.
Can I ask, when did you kind of like when did this passion kind of start for you?
I would say probably when I came here, honestly. I mean, I've always loved watching movies, but when I got to Central Campus, I actually signed up for the graphic design program, but it was full. So I ended up getting put here, and I experimented a little bit my first year, and I ended up falling in love, and this is kind of my thing now. So.
Was that class full the second year, or?
That was full. No, the second year I chose to stay here. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I know you can't exactly know, but how do you want to be in 5-10 years?
I might still be making films and stuff in 10 years. It's tricky because I definitely want to go into something art related, but there's so many other things that I enjoy, and there are definitely some things that I enjoy more than
film is kind of art in a way.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean like there's but this, and then there's lots of other different. Like I like to write. I like to draw. I got you. Just making stuff. So as long as I'm somewhere within that, I'm.
No, I get you. Do you have any challenges that you experienced throughout your student filmmaking career?
Yes, I would definitely say one of the biggest ones for me is probably working with other people. When you're a creative and you're working with other creatives and you each have your own vision, learning to find the middle ground takes a lot. But I had a great time doing that this year, and I had a great time working with the people I ended up with.
Do you? But you prefer to work by yourself?
I would say so. Yeah.
What's your next big project though?
I would say probably just finishing the B Central stuff for the most part. I've got some non-film related stuff in the works right now, so hopefully that comes to fruition. But I guess we'll see.
How long until that's at least do you have an idea when that you guys are gonna have it out?
Yeah, like I said, probably the next few months here it'll be done.
Well, thank you for doing this with me. It's great having you, Caleb. And any last words?
Not really. Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.